Welcome. The book is All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel of the Second World War, and one of the most luminous stories ever written about it. This is historical fiction with the hush of a fable, tender, suspenseful, and quietly heartbreaking, told in short, glowing chapters that move like light through a keyhole. It's the summer of 1944, and the walled city of St. Malo, on the granite coast of Brittany, is about to be reduced to rubble by Allied bombs. Into that storm, Doerr threads two young lives, a blind French girl who reads the world by touch and sound and memory, and a German boy with a gift for radios, carried far from home by a war he never chose. Their paths bend slowly toward each other. Picture warning leaflets swirling down through the smoke over empty streets, and a single voice crackling out across the airwaves in the dark. Who's listening? So, let's begin. Chapter 1. Leaflets. Docks they pour from the sky, and they blow across the ramparts, turn cartwheels over rooftops, flutter into the ravines between houses. Entire streets swirl with them, flashing white against the cobbles, sliding against me away. A journeyed message to the inhabitants of this town, they say. Depart immediately to open country. The tide climbs. The moon hangs small and yellow and gibbous on the rooftops of beachfront hotels to the east, and in the gardens behind them, a half-dozen American artillery units drop incendiary rounds into the mouths of mortars. And when we say it under that warring part about your dest, the east shoulder of your slights will bring it within. Chapter 2. Bombers.
Talk radio. Talk radio.
They cross the channel at midnight. There are 12, and they are named for songs. Stardust, and stormy weather, and in the mood, and pistol packin' mama. The sea glides along far below, spattered with the countless chevrons of white caps. Soon enough, the navigators can discern the low, moonlit lumps of islands ranged along the horizon. France. Intercoms crackle. Deliberately, almost lazily, the bombers shed altitude. Threads of red light ascend from anti-air emplacements up and down the coast. Dark, ruined ships appear, scuttled or destroyed, one with its bow shorn away, a second flickering as it burns. On an outermost island, panicked sheep run zigzagging between rocks. Inside each airplane, a bombardier peers through an aiming window and counts to 20.
4, 5, 6, 7.
The bombardiers, the walled city on its granite headland, drawing ever closer, looks like an unholy tooth. Something black and dangerous. A final abscess to be lanced away. Chapter 3. The Girl. city. Inside a tall, narrow house at number 4 Roval Barrel. On the 6th and highest floor, a sightless 16-year-old named Marie-Laure Leblanc kneels over a low table, covered entirely with a model. The model is a miniature of the city she kneels within, and contains scaled replicas of the hundreds of houses and shops and hotels within its walls. There's the cathedral with its perforated spire and the bulky old Chateau de Saint Malo, and row after row of seaside mansions studded with chimneys. A slender wooden jetty arcs out from a beach called the Plage du Mollet. A delicate, reticulated atrium vaults over the seafood market. Minute benches, the smallest, no larger than apple seeds, dot the tiny public squares. Marie-Laure runs her fingertips along the centimeter-wide parapet crowning the ramparts, drawing an uneven star shape around the entire model. She finds the opening atop the walls, where 4 ceremonial cannons point to sea.
Bastion to the island.
She whispers, and her fingers walk down a little staircase.
Woody Cotier. Rouge Cartier.
In a corner of the room stand 2 galvanized buckets, filled to the rim with water.
Fill them up. Whenever you can. The bathtub on the 3rd floor, too. Who knows when the water will go out again?
Her fingers travel back to the cathedral spire, south to the Gate of Dinan. All evening, she has been marching her fingers around the model, waiting for her great-uncle Etienne, who owns this house, who went out the previous night while she slept, and who has not returned. And now it is night again. Another revolution of the clock, and the whole block is quiet, and she cannot sleep. She can hear the bombers when they are 3 miles away, a mounting static, the hum inside a seashell. When she opens the bedroom window, the noise of the airplanes becomes louder. Otherwise, the night is dreadfully silent. No engines, no voices, no clatter, no sirens, no footfalls on the cobbles, not even gulls. Just a high tide. 1 block away and 6 stories below, lapping at the base of the city walls. And something else. Something rattling softly. Very close. She eases open the left-hand shutter and runs her fingers up the slats of the right. A sheet of paper has lodged there. She holds it to her nose. It smells of fresh ink. Gasoline, maybe. The paper is crisp. It has not been outside long. Marie-Laure hesitates at the window in her stocking feet. Her bedroom behind her. Seashells arranged along the top of the armoire. Pebbles along the baseboards. Her cane stands in the corner. Her big Braille novel waits face down on the bed. The drone of the airplanes grows. Chapter 4. The Boy.
Come on!
5 streets to the north. A white-haired 18-year-old German private named Werner Finnig wakes to a faint staccato hum, little more than a purr, flies tapping at a far-off window pane. Where is he? The sweet, slightly chemical scent of gun oil, the raw wood of newly constructed shell crates, the mothballed odor of old bedspreads. He's in the hotel. So, of course, the Hotel of Bees. Still night. Still early. From the direction of the sea come whistles and booms. Flak is going up. An anti-air corporal hurries down the corridor, heading for the stairwell.
Get to the cellar!
Werner switches on his field light, rolls his blanket into his duffel, and starts down the hall. Oh, where is he? Not so long ago, the Hotel of Bees was a cheerful address, with bright blue shutters on its facade, and oysters on ice in its cafe, and Breton waiters in bow ties polishing glasses behind its bars. It offered 21 guest rooms, commanding sea views, and a lobby fireplace as big as a truck. Parisians on weekend holidays would drink aperitifs here, and before them, the occasional emissary from the Republic, and in the centuries before them, wine-burned corsairs, killers, plunderers, raiders, seamen. Before that, before it was ever a hotel at all, 5 full centuries ago, it was the home of a wealthy privateer who gave up raiding ships to study bees in the pastures outside St. Malo, scribbling in notebooks and eating honey straight from combs. The crests above the door lintels still have bumblebees carved into the oak. The ivy-covered fountain in the courtyard is shaped like a hive. Werner's favorites are 5 faded frescoes on the ceilings of the grandest upper rooms, where bees as big as children float against blue backdrops. And above a hexagonal bathtub, a single 9-foot-long queen curls across the ceiling. Over the past 4 weeks, the hotel has become something else. A fortress. A detachment of Austrian anti-airmen has boarded up every window, overturned every bed. They've reinforced the entrance, packed the stairwells with crates of artillery shells. The 4th floor has become home to an aging, high-velocity anti-air gun called an 88 that can fire 21.5-pound shells 9 miles. Her Majesty, the Austrians call their cannon, and for the past week these men have tended to it the way worker bees might tend to a queen. They fed her oils, repainted her barrel, lubricated her wheels. They've arranged sandbags at her feet like offerings. The Royal Act, a deathly monarch meant to protect them all. Werner is in the stairwell, halfway to the ground floor, when the 88 fires twice in quick succession. It's the first time he's heard the gun at such close range, and it sounds as if the top half of the hotel is torn off. He stumbles and throws his arms over his ears. The walls reverberate all the way down into the foundation, then back up. Werner can hear the Austrians 2 floors up, scrambling, reloading, and the receding screams of both shells as they hurtle above the ocean, already 2 or 3 miles away. One of the soldiers, he realizes, is singing. Or maybe it is more than one. Maybe they are all singing. 8 Luftwaffe men, none of whom will survive the hour, singing a love song to their queen. Werner chases the beam of his field light through the lobby. The big gun detonates a 3rd time, and glass shatters somewhere close by, and torrents of soot rattle down the chimney, and the walls of the hotel toll like a struck bell. Werner worries that the sound will knock the teeth from his gums. He drags open the cellar door and pauses a moment, vision swimming.
of a whisper. This is it. They're really coming?
But who is there to answer? But who is there to answer?